Susan Kay here with Gina Gilbert, NIA movement instructor. So you're going to help us understand and know what NIA means, what it does for us, and how it connects us to mind-body integration, which is, something that's very important to me and to the folks that come to see us. So I'll just let you take it from the top because I don't really know what questions to ask.
Okay. Well, as an acupuncturist and a body worker, as well as a NIA instructor, all of these things are really movement medicine. They move chi through the body. They move energy. And that's how NIA is movement medicine. It integrates all kinds of factors like it integrates all kinds of dance movements and Feldenkrais, which is a movement therapy, Tai Chi, Taekwondo, martial arts, dance, Duncan dance, jazz. There are basically 9 movement forms in NIA. There are different categories of NIA classes. For example, there are the 5 stages, which deal with the development of the person, like the embryonic, creeping, crawling, standing to walking. So it's sort of the patterns that we go through to get to walking. That's one kind of movement group that we could look at in a NIA class. There are 52 moves. That's another class which shows different movement forms, including moving the joints. So it lubricates the joints, the 13 joints, and it gives us different steps and patterns that we can play with and explore what feels good in our bodies. And what feels good in one person's body might not feel good in another's. So we like to explore different modalities for each person's comfort level. And the object of NIA is to bring comfort and joy to your body. It isn't the kind of thing where no pain, no gain exists. It's the kind of thing where we're trying to bring health and movement and joy to our bodies. And so it can be done standing. It can be done in a chair, for example, for people that can't stand, can't walk. Mm-hmm. It can be done lying down. And that's the 5 stages, which I just mentioned, the embryonic and the creeping and the crawling. Those are all lying down to coming to standing and walking.
Okay. Wow. So you're going to demonstrate some of these for us and
yes.
Tell us what each one is.
Excuse me?
And tell us what each of those in coincidence with what you're just saying about the creeping, crawling to the other levels, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing about NIA that I love so much too is the music. Oh. And so it has fabulous music. So Debbie and Carlos Rosas developed NIA a long time ago. And they just picked out some great music. And now they have more and more with choreography that goes with the music. Some of it's Latin music, and Carlos is Latin. He's actually no longer part of NIA at this time. But they have all kinds of music. They have, jazz, and it's just wonderful. So what I can do is I can put on some music for you, and I can show you with and without music some of the movements. How does that sound?
How did you get into this?
I got into this because I had a client, an acupuncture client, who had cancer. And she invited me to a NIA class. She said, you know, I think you'd really like this. It's just great. And it's my cancer support group is having a NIA class. And I'd love for you to come and experience this. And so I went, and the teacher turned on the music, and it was Latin music. And it was like my mother, who was born in Brazil. And I just felt like there I was in this place that I just needed to be. So it was wonderful. I'm just turning on my music here for one moment, and then I will let you hear some of the music, especially if my technology cooperates today.
That's always the question and the concern, at least on my end.
Well, you know, here's the other part of it. For the last few years, or at least the last year, a lot of NIA has been on Zoom. Most of NIA has been on Zoom, and very few people have been able to do NIA in person. But now we're finally starting to come to create in-person classes. And I've just been invited by the International School of Shiatsu to teach NIA in person. So I'm getting ready to do that, and perhaps do it at some other places nearby.
Wow, for shiatsu folks.
Well, it's really going to be for anyone who wants it, but mostly shiatsu.
But,
Oh, this computer doesn't want to help. Just a minute, let's see if this one will work. This computer says it's not connected to the internet. So just bear with me for a second. We can get this one to work.
Emily will edit this piece.
Great. Okay, this one's working now. I don't know what happened to this poor computer. Okay, so the latest song that I've started to learn is called Resilience. And I love that title with all of the things that are going on in the world today.
Yeah, perfect.
And it is, it's perfect. And the theme is the tree. And getting grounded. So it's just a wonderful routine. So I'm going to show you one of the songs. Try it again. You can't see me?
Now you have to lower it. I'm seeing the ceiling.
Oh dear. Okay.
Lower it to the floor.
Can you see me right now?
Well, you should move the chair because the chair's in your way.
Thank you. All right, here we go.
All right.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, that's good.
Can you see my feet?
I can see them better there.
Okay, so traditionally NIA is done barefooted, but for people who can't do it barefooted, you know, it can be done however it works for them. So I'm going to take off my shoes, and I'm going to put on the music again, and I'm going to stand right there. Who cares for the world now? Rest with me, close to curtains, brew some herbal tea, reach out for me.
Take my hand and lead, even when I disagree. I love when it rains outside, and it's okay to slow the ride. Discover books I'll forget about, and who cares for the world now? Rest with me, close the curtain, lose some liberty. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead when I disagree.
So these are simple movements that most anybody can do.
Maybe that I can read
The cha-chas.
bring my hands to my head. Rest with me, close the curtain, lose some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead, even when I disagree. Rest with me, close the curtain, lose some herbal tea. Reach out for me, take my hand and lead, even when I disagree.
So that was one song. Usually the NIA class lasts for 45 minutes to an hour, but it can last for 20 minutes too, depending upon, your choice. And that actually was a different song than the one in Resilience. That was from a routine called Together, which is another good one. And if you'd like another song, I can do another song.
Yeah, are they choreographed or are they freestyle? So, and then do they have like a purpose? Is the ones that are choreographed purposed towards a particular
Yeah.
health issue or mental concern or emotional concern? How is that designed?
Well, they're choreographed for starters, and they integrate the movements that we've talked about, the 9 movements. And a lot of it is arm movements and leg movements and very simple movements that look very simple, but they give you a very good workout and they move your energy. And there are different kinds of classes in different levels. So for example, you could be in level 1, which is the easiest level, and that means that you might keep your arms closer to your body, versus level 2 or 3, you might move them further out. And as you get into it more and more, you begin to move your arms further out, perhaps, and you have more movement in your body as you progress.
Okay. So they're real intentional dances.
They're intentional, and there's floor work too.
Okay.
It integrates yoga.
Mm.
And there are martial arts, so there are movements, that they use in martial arts. And on the floor, there are lots of yoga moves, lots of stretches. And the crawling is a stretch, and the creeping is a stretch. So it's focusing. Each class has a different focus, actually. So it could be a focus on the spine, feeling the spine. Could be a focus on the feet. Could be a focus on the hands and the fingers.
Okay.
So could be a focus on the eyes and looking in different directions and moving your neck in different directions.
So very comprehensive to incorporate the whole body.
It is. And even if you can't do the moves, like the Feldenkrais method, you can visualize them.
Oh,
So Feldenkrais had a whole system where he had people doing movements, and the people that couldn't do those movements, maybe on one side or the other, they couldn't do it, then they would do the movement on one side and visualize the movement on the other. And he actually did a study that showed that the people who did the movements on both sides versus the people who visualized the movement on one side and not the other came out the same in terms of this. Yeah. So
so as you age, this is a really good tool for aging.
It's fabulous because one of the problems that we run into as we age is getting up and down from the floor.
Yeah.
There's a lot of getting up and down from the floor with Nia.
Yeah, so you want to share one quick short one? Yeah, then because Gina, you'll be doing more teaching and having folks be able to learn how to do this on our Academy Patreon.
Great.
Right? So yeah, so this is kind of just an intro to let folks know who you are and who NIA is and what you're doing for IMBT Academy. So,
great. Well, I'll get down on the floor. I'll put a little music on and I'll just show you what the embryonic and the creeping and crawling and so forth looks like. And
okay, great.
I'll do that with a song. In just a second, let me find a song here that might. Now, just let me know if my camera's in a good angle. Can you see me? Now I'm in embryonic like a baby. and dance with me.
Very nice. Thank you.
Ta-da.
Lovely to watch your body be so fluid almost.
Well, thank you. That's a great compliment because I'm not a young spring chicken anymore.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky that I can still move
Yeah,
at this point in my life.
right.
So
Yeah.
important. It's so important because, like you said, as we age, our joints, our lubrication, becomes less and less. And so we have to keep it moving. We have to keep the chi moving so that we don't get decrepit and old.
That old term, decrepit. Oh,
Yeah.
sounds awful.
Don't want that. We don't want that. We got to keep moving.
Okay, well, we'll close with those words. Keep moving. And NIA is one of those movement therapies that is fun, and you can do it all ages and stages of wellness, right? From a chair, from sitting down, from sitting on the floor.
Movement medicine.
Movement medicine, that's the term you use. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, and folks will be told when you got your teaching video up on our Patreon.
Absolutely. I will be happy to do that. I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.